brings you back to like, man, that childhood. Whoo, going to the
I'm
principal's
just
office.
like, I do things well. I follow instruction, the perfectionism, the like, I'm here to do this job and I'm going to do it well. Oh my God, I'm in trouble. And so that made me cry. And I was so embarrassed that I was crying too. And she's like, why are you wearing earplugs? And I just started like crying. I don't know. I don't know why. And I never said like, oh, so and so told me so. I was just like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
That's
I
the
was
real
just
answer.
crying. And I'm like, my body is so sore. She's like, yeah, I understand. She's like, just try to come back to an equanimous mind. I'm like, fuck, I know. I'm trying. And she's like, an earplug will become a distraction. I'm like, say less. They're gone. Garbage. But I just felt like attacked. I'm
Welcome
back.
back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome back to reality.
To the G show.
To the shit show. Yeah, it was funny that stuff that happens online that everyone's like, oh my God, everybody knows about this thing. I was like, well, I don't know about anything. And that was really refreshing. Me and the 40 other people that were in that location, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, so
Uh,
it was a 40-person retreat.
there was about 40, I want to say maybe 46,
It's a decent
47, plus, and then plus the servers and the teachers. Yeah,
right.
it was
Yeah.
great. The facility is enormous. Okay, well, let's just back up.
Hmm.
I went on a 10-day Vipassana course.
Yeah. So
And
what, before we even like, what is a Vipassana? Like, let's do a little of that.
okay, well, I can't describe it. It's like indescribable. But if I was going to describe Vipassana before I went on the Vipassana course, I would say it is a 10-day silent meditation practice.
Mhm.
Noble silence. So there is no speaking at all, no eye contact, no gestures, even. Like they don't want you to, their hope is that you work in isolation. That's the
Right.
entire point, is that you are going so deep within yourself, nothing else exists. And you're served, you're taken care of. It's like living the life of a monk or a
Hmm.
nun for
Yes.
that time that you're there, right?
Right. Yeah. I think I did a 3-day one, and you can't even, you don't acknowledge or smile at the other person.
No,
There's
no
just
smiling.
there's no
Yeah.
contact essentially.
No contact. And not only that, but also no real other distractions. So obviously no technology whatsoever, completely disconnected. No reading, no writing, no heavy exercising. Like you can walk and move your body, but they don't want you to practice any other, like no yoga, because yoga can be connected to other religions or devotions or things like that. So the whole idea behind the course is really leaning into the truth of capital T truth, the law of impermanence and the law of nature, and that everything is changing
Hmm.
constantly.
Yeah. How much of it was facilitation versus truly just being?
Yeah. So the beginning, like the evening before we started, so we had the noble silence started around 8, and then the course started the next day.
Hmm.
So before that, of course, we're oriented to the space, and here's this, here's that, here's what you do. But I'll just give you the schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Ooh,
there's
good.
there's certain details of the whole thing that I just was like, oh God. Okay. So 4 a.m. the gong rings. Like you wake up 4 a.m. 4:30 to 6:30 is a meditation. You can meditate in the Dhamma hall. And I'm saying Dhamma, Dhamma, not Dharma. Or in your room. So I am not the person that's going to meditate from 4:30 to 6:30 in my room. Like I know full well, if I give myself 1 inch, I will take a mile. So I'm a very disciplined person when when I set my mind to it. So I made myself like a very, very particular schedule. And so I was in the hall for certain ones every single time. And there were certain ones I would do in my room that I knew I would have no problem being consistent in. 4:30 a.m. was not one of those ones. So I was in the hall.
Don't tempt me with
So
I will take it.
yeah. So 4:30 to 6:30 meditation. 6:30 to 8 is breakfast and a break. And your break is when you can go for a walk, you can shower, You can sit more if that's what you feel like doing. All noble silence, though. Like, we're silent and like throughout this entire experience. From 8 to 9 is a strong determination sitting. So what that means is that it's still meditation, but the strong determination means don't move your legs, don't move your hands, don't open your eyes. So you can like move, adjust a little bit. They prefer you didn't, but with strong determination. So that's from 8 till 9. 9 to 11 was another 2-hour meditation. So there's like a 3-hour block there. And those 2 hours you could adjust your posture if needed. And again, it was encouraged to be strong determination throughout the whole thing. 11 o'clock was lunch/dinner. This was our last meal of the day. And that went till 1. So from 11 till 1 was another meal/break. So you could walk, shower, whatever again. From 1 to 2:30, meditation. 2:30 to 3:30, strong determination. 3:30 to 5, meditation. 5 was a tea break. So we had tea and a piece of fruit. And so from 5 to 6 was that. From 6 to 7, strong determination. From 7...
Feeling real weak in this strong determination just in my mind.
From 7 to 8:15-ish was a discourse. So a lesson.
Right. This is where was the facilitation piece.
For the facilitation was from 7 to 8:15, 8:20-ish. Yeah. Sure. And that was delivered via recordings from the teacher Esengwenka. And so it's all based around his teachings of how he got them from his guru, from his guru, like in the purest form from Buddha 2,500 years ago. And I say Buddha, but I mean Siddhartha Gautama.
Yes, yeah.
The Buddha, because Buddha isn't a person. It's Buddha is a state.
Yes,
yeah,
right. Buddhahood,
a state of being.
Right, the Buddhahood, sure, yes.
Yeah, but there's multiple Buddhas.
Yes.
But the Buddha being Siddhartha Gautama.
Yes.
So that was 8:15. 8:15 to 9 meditation, and then it was bedtime, and then repeat.
Sure. So there was facilitation every day.
Every day for just over an hour, which was my favorite time of day. I'm like, oh, I get to listen, I get to learn, I get to, like, oh my God, stimulation. And like, not that was the only stimulation, because the entire thing was horrific stimulation. And then during the meditations also, there was like a little bit of chanting that like he would open the meditation with, and then there would be instruction on how to meditate properly. Like we're given instruction in what to do. It's Absolutely. Not just like a sit and figure it out for yourself. So that was usually about 5 to 7 minutes at the beginning of the meditation. Then we do the sit. Only the instruction was only during the meditation parts, not the strong determination. Like once the strong determination came, it was just like, here's this, and you sit and you. So then there was more like interruption during the other meditation parts. But it was about 11 hours of meditation a day. And the first couple of days were absolute fucking agony. Absolute agony. And so to hear that you did a 3-day one, I'm like, oh, you missed out.
Well, that's funny you say that, because that's exactly what I'm thinking in my head. I went through the agonizing piece and was like, okay, I guess I'll go home now.
I guess I'll just leave.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
day 4 was the worst.
I think I want to say it was between 3 and 4 days. I know that I got to a point where I was like, this is about day 3. I knew for sure that's when it was, but I'm not sure if another day followed. But I was like, okay, I've arrived. And then I was like, oh, fuck.
And now I'm leaving. Change. Anicca.
Yeah. Right.
Was there discourse for yours too? Like, did they
follow the same exact framework?
Yeah.
We all meditated together at 6:30 to 7, or 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then we had free meditation until 9:30. 9:30 was breakfast for about an hour. But similarly, you couldn't talk, you couldn't write, you couldn't journal, you couldn't read. You simply ate, and you were allowed to sit next to somebody, but there wasn't acknowledgement in any way. No passing of the foot. Like, it was truly
noble silence. Yes.
Noble solitude journey that happened to be in tandem with someone
adjacent.
And
people adjacent.
So it followed very similarly. We did walking meditation, because there's always a garden
Yeah.
that is for meditation itself, and then they have several temples, so you could choose throughout the day any of those until the lecture happened, and that was at like 4 p.m. until 5 in the temple room. And so everybody got to do a very similar experience, and where they also instructed you on being this stoic meditator, which that to me was one of the hardest parts. But that was how they taught you essentially then to get deeper into the meditations. There wasn't a
Right.
requirement like yours was as stringent on, like, there wasn't an ask of don't move, but they gave you essentially instructions on how to prepare yourself
Mhm.
through a certain type of meditation to then get you to that place where you do not have to move.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it
That was
was,
the first 3 days.
breathing.
Like it kind of went in a sequence.
Yeah.
Like there's a real concentration at the beginning, focusing on breathing through your nose, your nostrils, the upper lip,
Yeah.
and feeling
Yeah.
the
Also,
sensations
even
there.
like posture was really important of,
Yeah.
and I think this was specifically because I went to a Kriya yoga program. And so
Mm.
they did the holding and the tightening of these certain parts until you get to this sort of
Mm.
perennial thing. And there's a whole initiation for it. But essentially, a lot of people have this practice of this sort of tightening the kundalini
Right.
up,
Right.
bringing this energy, and then the release of it with the breath to allow you, essentially that was the goal, is to allow you to sit in meditation for 5.5 hours straight,
Yeah.
because that's what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Right. And what I loved about this teaching too was that, none of this kind of thing would be condemned. The teacher would likely say that's not the right way, right? At the same time, say there's no right and wrong.
Yeah.
But the reason that it doesn't make it right is that you're giving it some form.
Yeah. Right.
You're
Well,
giving
like
it,
we always say, the attention that you draw to something then amplifies,
creates
it creates, and
an attachment or
yes.
a clinging. Everything was
Yeah.
about attachment and aversion, attachment, aversion. Like we
Mhm.
create so much attachment and aversion in our life that's what creates misery,
Yes.
which we've talked about multiple times in multiple different ways, all in English, but it comes out in different forms. And so that's kind of like the underlying, like deeper rooted teaching, is becoming aware of how much misery we create within ourselves because of attachment and aversion and
Mhm.
clinging. And so always going back to an equanimous mind,
Mhm.
equanimity,
Mhm.
Nietzsche, which means change and permanence, because everything's changing every moment of our being is different.
Right.
So
Right. And
that's
with
kind of like,
ultimate presence, like, because everything is changing, what then do you have is this right
this.
now, this moment.
And what is this? A sensation.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Mm.
Right? Only a sensation. That's all we have. And
Mhm.
so this is what the I don't even want to say concentration, because I say concentration and it creates an attachment or an aversion. But the concentration, just so I can help explain it, was on the sensation. And so in the beginning, there was more of a guide where it's like start at the head, and follow the flow. And then as you get into it and as you practice and as you get better, and I mean, that's not happening in 10 days for most people either. Like it's maybe 10 years of this it's a lifelong practice and
Right. This was
journey.
the door. This wasn't the,
No, this
the full
wasn't the full experience. This wasn't like, I'm enlightened now, bitch.
Buddha me up.
I'm changed my
Invite
name.
me, it's like, okay, now you've invited yourself into this being, this sense of being forever. You're
Right.
welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was a training. It was a training on how to do it. So you can do it. And so you can go into your life and meditate with the practice and with it, you meditate Vipassana. So yeah, that was on the fourth day too, was the actual Vipassana instruction. And that was so fucking hard because it was 2 hours long. And like when I did my yoga teacher training, I remember the instructor saying something about the whole purpose of yoga is to prepare your body for meditation. And like I always remembered that, and I was like, well, all right. I guess. Sure. Like I'm
If
just
you
gonna
say so, if
if
you
you
say
say so,
so,
if you say
I
so, I
hear
believe you.
you.
Like I'm just okay. But it's such an like it's blowing my mind, and also not, how we are so ready to learn Give us the lesson. Tell me the lesson. Let me understand and know and repeat this lesson to others. You teach me, I'm going to teach you. Who's experiencing the lesson?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's such a fucking vast difference between knowing and understanding and being in it. And I say this, and it's so obvious to the listener, you know,
Yeah.
and until it isn't, because most of the things that we've learned in life, we haven't experienced. We haven't
Yeah.
fully allowed ourselves to experience.
Well,
So
in what
this lesson
way?
that I learned, 15 years ago became
Now.
real.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, it's the difference between the intellectual mind being able to, what you're saying, know, understand, and then dropping it actually into the body for
Mhm.
the experience to allow the vessel that this is to now have this is another layer, it's another level, right? We've intellectualized, great, we think we know, and then it's like, okay, apply
Yeah.
it.
Do you know how many times I've repeated that in my life too, in the trainings and the things that I've taught? Because I
But now
because I
you have
understood
it,
it,
right?
I understand,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, absolutely, it trains your body to sit and meditate. Sitting's hard, but I haven't sat for 11 hours a day for 10 days straight ever in my life. And so the agony and the fucking torture that I went through, put myself through
Yeah.
intentionally,
The self-imposed misery, like we're
the
doing.
self-imposed misery in order to bring about liberation,
Yeah.
taught me that lesson more than I could have read in any lecture or heard from any other guru and it just solidified that it doesn't matter who's saying what to who to where to when. How are you experiencing it? And what are you doing with it to embody the lesson so it actually becomes a lesson?
Mm-hmm.
I know so much less in my life after that experience. Like, I am a newborn baby.
Yeah, I was like, you've come out with new eyeballs, a new lens, a new perspective. Yeah.
It's
Liberation. That's what it sounds like.
it's crazy. I cannot recommend it enough.
Mm-mm.
Not because I want other people to be tortured. That's part of it. But because of the outcome.
Well, the torture begets the joy, the liberation, the seeing through
Yeah.
new eyes. It's like you kind of have
Yeah, and I mean, life is suffering. Life is suffering.
to. Yes,
And the
absolutely.
longer that you can sit in your own suffering, great. You're increasing your capacity to live life, to actually
Yeah,
live.
absolutely. And hold the other side of the suffering. There is the world that we live in is constantly in contrast, and duality exists here. We, as whatever you want to call it, yogis or whatever the sort, our goal is to transcend beyond the duality, but it can only exist, that can only happen because the duality exists already.
Yeah.
So with the suffering that we put ourselves through, there's also then the beauty and the joy, and you're like, oh my gosh, you get to enjoy such simple moments.
Right. And what I found kind of in my own brain, because you know me, I'm always fucking in my brain. And there's just so many little things that started to fall into place where it's like, okay, let's talk about duality, joy, suffering. Maybe, or maybe joy is the middle, and there's suffering and enlightenment.
Mhm.
And where joy and happiness are and love is the balance.
Mhm.
It's the base of the balance. Over here is the liberation that we move in and out of. And over here is the suffering. You know what I mean? Like the whole kind of
Yeah.
teeter-totter shifted in my mind or in my body.
Yeah.
Where neutral, the neutrality, the equanimity, the equanimous mind is joy.
Yes, it's not it right. It's not. There's
Right.
still something there.
Right. So
Right.
it's not like I'm not feeling contentment and joy and bliss. And if I feel those things, then I'm off on one side of the teeter-totter and it's unbalanced. It's like that is the balance.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because the alternative is like we've likely all felt enlightened at some point, whether it be through drugs, our own
Absolutely.
our own experiences,
Uh-huh.
meditation, you know, orgasm.
Right.
We
There's so
felt
many
it.
avenues to that bliss feeling, the
Yeah.
state, the
Right.
nirvana. Like,
Right. But we're not staying there. We're not living in that place. That's not real. We're also not living in immense deep suffering. I mean, some people do, unfortunately.
well, I mean, even to say that, yes. And also, there's also moments where they're happy and they're joyful. Like, we see it as something because it's not our own experience. So it's like, oh my God, that person's always suffering. Are they?
Are they?
Every single moment of every single time? Sure, it's probably a lot, but they're probably also giggling and laughing at some things. A
Something
spider
somewhere.
that's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. So it felt like just like the bait, like the middle point of that whole balance and duality experience for me shifted. And
Mhm.
that's feeling interesting.
Mhm.
So obviously I'm still integrating all of this. Yeah, so that was pretty wild. The pain was
Pretty wild.
this is what I was doing the whole time when I was sitting there in agonizing pain. This pain, no, it's not pain, is neither agreeable nor disagreeable. This is not here nor there. It's like everything had to be like equanimous, equanimous. So anytime I was like, no, it just fucking hurts, it fucking hurts. Like, oh my back. It felt like someone was just like it with knives, like
Mhm.
right in between my shoulder blades, right behind my heart.
Mm.
Right behind my heart. And fuck, man, it still hurts. Like it still is tight because I've obviously continued meditating. This is part of my life now. And so I sit and it's just 10, 12, 13, 15, 19 minutes. And then you're like, oh, okay. Now it's like I know how long I've been sitting based on the pain in my back at this point.
Yeah.
And I know that will change. But the amount of suffering that I can endure has gone up from about 37 minutes to 40 minutes to 50 minutes to an hour and 5 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. Like, I'm at about 70 minutes as my max right now,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
I'm very proud of. Like for me to sit
absolutely.
still was agonizing, not just for my
Yeah.
body, but for my mind. I'm just a fidgeter.
Oh,
That's what I do.
absolutely.
I
I
shake,
can
I
remember.
move, we wave, I rock
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I remember getting to a point where I was like, okay, this is not just a mental thing. I physically feel my legs getting numb.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
crack of my ass, just the
I have never been
pressure.
so acutely aware of my ischium. Those are your butt bones. Like I'm not a person that I would say even has an ass. There's just two thighs coming out of my torso. There's no meat there.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
they're meeting at that
just
place. It's
bones.
the cushion real good.
Just bones into the wood. I've never been more aware.
No, I came to a place where I was like, I've never realized how elemental I really am
Yeah. Yeah.
until like you're sitting for 8, 11 hours
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
nothing to do but sit.
Right. Yeah. So I enjoyed the instruction, like so I could every time my mind wandered, which every, 5 or 10 seconds, you go, okay, go back. And I had to remember where I left off in kind of like the body scan and whatever. But then you get to a point where all of a sudden you do disappear and not mentally either. Like I didn't disappear into thoughts. It's like I disappeared into the new pattern. And what I believe, I don't know, but I believe I experienced what they describe as dissolution,
Mhm.
where, you start to feel like
The
you're
oneness.
pieced apart. Like I no longer experienced my body,
Hmm.
right? And then your ego comes right back in because you go, wait, I'm not experiencing my body, right? Oh, wait, I just experienced my body because I said that. And then you're like, fuck, there it goes. Then you're like, fuck, that's an inversion. Ah, there's another inversion. And like you can see how your misery multiplies, multiplies, multiplies with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like it instantaneously. I have so much to say about it. I have so much to say about it actually, but I know it'll all come out over time in
Oh,
stories and
absolutely.
whatever.
You're also still integrating. Like,
Absolutely.
your kids, the experience is now again because it's an experience. It's been a felt thing. It's like, okay, now things unfold, things uncover, new ideas, old paradigms, and you're like, oh wow.
Oh yeah. And like you just get so also acutely aware of everything around you. So we got assigned seats, right? You sit where your name is and we don't choose a seat. Like there was no confusion that way because they want to limit the interactions that you have with
Yeah.
people. So we're assigned seats. So I had one woman on this side of me, one woman on this side of me. The men and women are segregated. And you just think about everything, you know, and my mind, I had a whole like stand-up comedy routine that whole week. Like everything was just, I don't know. I thought it was going to be so emotional. Like I didn't really do any, remember I was like, I'm going to die. I'll probably die. I'll
Totally.
cry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I cried more before I got there than I did while I was there. I cried one time when I was there because I was in so much pain, and felt like it was interesting because one of the other, before the course start, there was a woman that was there that had done like maybe seven of them. She's been doing this for a long time. She's like, here, take some earplugs. They're a game changer. I'm like, oh, okay. Like that wasn't something I would have thought about. And then I was like, earplugs. I'm like, I feel like that goes against the point. And I was like, I'll try it, because I'm like, if it's going to make it a little bit easier in the beginning, yeah, sure. And I was like taking the advice like of some against my intuition.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right? And so it was day 2, like right away, and I put them in for one sitting, and the teacher noticed, and she put a note. No one else got notes. There was no fucking notes anywhere. Everyone else had earplugs in. I got a note that was like, come see me. So
you got like, in trouble.
What did I do?
Brings you back to like, man, that childhood. Whoo, going to the principal's office.
Like, I do things well. I follow instruction. The perfectionism. The like, I'm here to do this job, and I'm going to do it well. Oh my God, I'm in trouble. And so that made me cry. And I was so embarrassed that I was crying too. Because what happened was like, she was like, oh, come see me. And she's like, why are you wearing earplugs? And I just started like crying. I don't know why. And I'd never said like, oh, so-and-so told me so. I was just like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
That's the real answer.
And like, my body is so sore. She's like, yeah, I understand. She's like, just try to come back to an equanimous mind. I'm like, fuck, I know, I'm trying. And she's like, an earplug will become a distraction. I'm like, say less. They're gone, garbage. But I just felt like attacked. Such a reaction of the mind.
Especially, you're so hyper aware too in that state. It's hyper aware, hypersensitive.
Yeah, totally. And like it's already like things are unraveling, right? He says the pus is coming out. That's what all the pain in the body is, with this and that. It's like the miseries are coming out of the body. That's the point. And the more we can sit with it and be equanimous to it, the less fuel we're giving it. That's the entire point. There's nothing that we need to do to eradicate our suffering. Take that as a statement. There's nothing we need to do. It will eradicate itself if we stop feeding it. Like good luck stopping the feed. It's constant, right? But that's the point, and that's the practice.
Right.
So there's little things you pick up about people as you are silently observing. You know, this woman next to me, her name was Karen. Every time she ate, she went, like, she put food in her mouth and went like looked at the ceiling. I was like, what's up there?
What do you think I'm not seeing? Should I be worried, Karen?
Should I be worried? Yeah. And so that, like, you just pick up on people's tics, you know, like little habits and stuff.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And another woman next to me, like, just was fidgety, man. She just moved a lot, moving, coughing. And this is the point. You're supposed to be distracted, and then you're supposed to come back to your equanimous mind. So whatever.
Realizing the distractions, you're like, man, I'm paying attention to this other person's whole fucking being.
Yeah, their whole thing, banging the chair, you know, like because people got chairs, like there's different things, and then there's me. I'm like, no, I'm gonna suffer. Like, I'm suffering hard. I had like I had a stool where I could go on my knees, or I had a pillow, and with pillows like a little bit under my knees. That was it. Like, I just was like, I'm going as minimal as I can. Yeah. But anyway, so there was just all these things, and there's this other, because we're in like little dorms, right? That we each get our own rooms. And my room, the door didn't even close. This is a foundation. It's all based on donations. This is an older facility. It was lovely. It was very clean because everyone takes care of the place, but it needed maintenance. Like, my door literally didn't close. It was ajar about this much Just the way that the door stopped, that's where it stopped. And so my door was just open for 10 days, just whatever. And there was another woman on the floor. Her name was Cindy. And I don't know. It was either so quiet in there that everything else was so loud, or she was stomping around like a fucking elephant and slamming doors and taking her glass and the table and a toothbrush, like toothpaste on the floor, crash, bang, boom, boom. Like shower curtain, rips the shower curtain open, like slams the water. It was so aggressive. It felt so aggressive all the time. Like not in anger, but just the severity of the movement and the noise. Because my room was also right next to the bathroom. So it was like right in my ear. And then she also used so much bug spray that I knew when she was coming. So I started calling her in my head Cindy Citronella. I was like, oh, here comes Cindy Citronella. Like I'd be in a meditation and I could smell her walk by. You know? Oh, there's Cindy. And then, just the smashing the door in, out, in, out, in, out. And she was like bringing nature in from outside because she obviously wanted like some nice little wildflowers or something in her room. But then it was the jar and the water and the like little nature. It was just messy. And I was like, are people aware? Because she also, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I've just created this in my mind. Very likely. But the door would lock if it closed all the way to get outside. There's one door. But if you close it gently, the latch stays open. Every time Cindy went outside, she pushed the door open and then just let it slam behind her. And then the rest of us were locked out. Like just not aware. And so I started laughing. This is very comedic to me, right? And then I found out that I hope she doesn't listen to this podcast. I mean, Cindy, I love you. Then I found out her last name was May, Cindy May. And so then it took a whole turn in my brain. Cindy, may you please shut the door quietly. Cindy, may you please stop using so much bug spray. Cindy, may you walk up the stairs gently.
Cindy was your test.
Cindy was my test.
Cindy was the gift that you unraveled to show you so many things. You're going to continue to come out. Cindy, may you be easy on Jill as she uncovers what is underneath this all.
Yeah. But the fun part was about the whole experience is that I truly found it comedic. It didn't irritate me. Like I found such comedy in it because I don't know, because people aren't aware. Yeah. Let's just say that. Let's just as a statement, let's just say people aren't, there's varying levels of awareness.
Yes.
So for her to not be aware that she smelled so thick of bug spray was fucking hilarious to me because I could smell her from a mile away.
Right.
You know? Or she did know and she just didn't give a shit, or maybe she likes the smell.
It does really show you, though, just human nature, how we don't even know how loud we are, how much we give off to the rest of the world.
Right.
Like silence shows you things you've never seen before.
Yes.
Oh my God, that loud chewing. Oh wait, it's me.
Right. And then I started thinking, I wonder what people are calling me, like just for fun. And I'm like, oh, probably like Sniffles McGee or something. Like I'm always fucking sniffling, you know?
Or they're like, wow, she's got a cold. I hope she's not sick. That's really gross. Is she gonna become?
Yeah. Or also like, why is she breathing so heavy? Because like sometimes it was so quiet that I'd feel like I could not only feel but hear, and the whole space, like my breath was just like, ooh. It was natural and calm, but you could just get so quiet that I yeah. And then the other nuance is, oh, you'll love this one. There was 15 stairs up and down to my little dorm. There was 535 steps around the walking path. There was 108 steps from the bottom of the stairs to the Dharma hall.
Those are like all my favorite numbers.
Are they?
I love 5. Anything divisible by 5 is obviously one of the greatest numbers.
Well, and 108.
15. Well, 15. 100. I love obviously 108 just because it's 108. Like,
Obviously. Yeah.
just feels
No explanation needed.
no, none. If you don't know,
If you don't know, unsubscribe.
right, take to Google.
Yeah. And then I started like doing math, and it was the mathing. I'm like, oh, I was counting the steps, and I was like, there's this many feet in a meter, and there's this many meters in a kilometer. So I was figuring out the kilometers and how many kilometers I was walking, like just anything.
Anything is so right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're pulling for anything to like
Anything.
distract you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like such an escape, our minds.
Yeah.
And that's one of the other things I'm really discovering still and will integrate for life, because I love my mind too. I love what I found funny that whole time. It was also entertaining for me to observe myself in all of it, observe the judgment, observe the irritation, laugh at myself about the irritation, laugh at my own pain, feel the pain, be sad about my pain, be angry about the pain. Why haven't I done the yoga I needed to prepare for this? You know better. You know, all of it is just, yeah, there was no escaping.
No, not at all. Well, there was. It was in the like the
In the
monologues,
practice.
right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it just leads back to what you were there for in the beginning, where it's like, okay, I've gone through this, I've done the comedy skit, I've gone through the noticing of every person's breath pattern and knowing who is who. And once you're through all of it, it's like, okay, what literally is left?
I think that I thought the thoughts of all of my thoughts, and then the thoughts of the thoughts of the thoughts that I've ever had. Like, I don't remember anything else. I remembered everything I've ever had.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
A lifetime of thoughts.
Yeah. Right. Until there
Yeah.
weren't.
Like, I got to the point where I was like, I need to create some new thoughts. And I even like sometimes would think about, because then I found if I think about this thing, then it's going to be easier for me to be distracted from the pain, and then I can drop in and be in my body sooner. You know, like, okay, I'm going to try this technique.
Yeah.
So I have completely renovated my office in my head. I have designed the spare bedroom, like for crafting for the kids and for me, and there's going to be a Murphy bed in there, like, so there's more space to meditate and do yoga.
For activities.
So many activities. I'm never going to stop doing activities now. I have completely redesigned the garage once it gets emptied. I have completely redone my backyard. Legitimate lifetimes of projects.
I say a full life makeover.
A full life makeover in my mind. So now I just need to keep working and making money in order to put that into effect. Like, in my mind, it's done. In reality, I just ordered a new desk today. Remember, I was complaining about my desk because my knee keeps hitting where the fucking drawers are. Fuck that. I'm getting a new desk.
Look,
it should be here this week.
Tyler and Tree, fuck that. We're not hitting knees on desks anymore.
No, because we choose.
Yeah,
we choose our memories. We make our own
What was
misery.
actually in between you and making that decision? Literally nothing. Apparently,
literally the thing between me and making this decision was me.
Mm-hmm.
I am in between every single decision I ever will be presented with. Mm-hmm. Me, myself, and I. Except when you're practicing Vipassana, there is no me, mine, I.
Right. The me self.
Just throwing that out there, you know. Yeah. So that'll be a conversation for another.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because that's what is, like, that's the battle, the struggle. It's the me. My ass hurts, my back hurts.
My back hurts, my ischium.
My mind is wandering. It's like my, me, until...
Yeah. I was like fully scanning my body and naming the bones. The bone, like, feel your metatarsals, your metatarsals. Feel your tarsals, your calcaneus, your medial malleolus, your lateral malleolus, your fibia, your tibia, your femur, like up and down, up and down, up and down. Mm-hmm. I literally thought all the thoughts I had when I was in anatomy and physiology in university. Like, again, it all came back.
It's all there too. You're like, ooh.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Because then I'd get stuck somewhere. I'd be like, what's that called? And then it would just be like, ding. Aha, there you are. Yeah. I
Yeah.
struggled with names. That's where I struggled the most. Like remembering events of certain people, certain experiences, good, bad, ugly, horrific, wonderful. What was her name? What was his name? You know, like, and it would take a while. And then I would just start like reciting names, and then one would hit, and I'm like, yes. And then a new whole rush of memories would come through. Yeah. It was really cool. It was just I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelmed. I know I'm going to be talking about this a lot and
For
for
life.
a while
Yeah.
because I didn't even get to share any of the wisdom,
Right.
right? There's
Yeah.
so many stories. I just wanted to share my experience with you first, but the stories are rich. They are rich. So that'll be something to look forward to.
Yay. Yeah, this was layer one.
Layer one, part one of infinity.